The declaration of interest. Hearing none, we have a public presentation at 8:30. Our first item is item 401, development permit 277 Vested Properties.
Moved by Councillor Camden, second by Councillor Eliason, and the motion, Your Worship, is on page 3 and 4 of the agenda.
Sure you don't want to read that?
Not yet.
Development Services.
Thank you, Your Worship. The development permit application, and there's a series of variances also contained within the motion. The two properties are involved, 320 and 380 4th Avenue Southeast. Both are currently R5. Staff are supportive of the entire motion recommendation, except that staff does not support the request to waive the water main upgrade along 4th Avenue Southeast frontage. So the two parcels involved in the application. In the process, or the proposal is to develop a 4-story condominium comprised of 24 units, of which 9 will be designed to be wheelchair accessible. Further to that, in order for the application to proceed, basically it will be prepared and approved in order to close parcels of land. Quite a history with this property. Was rezoned R5 in 1990s. The development permit was approved but never proceeded with. In time, the east half of the lane was closed and consolidated with the property. Back in 2003, similar to what's being considered today for the two parcels. And a previous development permit was approved for that, as well as approved between the two parcels. But the applicant of the day didn't proceed with the process, nor did they proceed with actually closing the lane. And as part of closing the lane, dedicating some frontage as well. The site is about almost half an acre in size, and is sloped fairly steeply from 4th Avenue south on the larger parcel. The actual design of the building has been upgraded a little bit since the previous application in 2003. This will be the view from 4th Avenue, and it's very typical of many of the multifamily apartment buildings that we see here in the city. Further to that, there's a series of variances, and I'll just maybe walk through them just to describe exactly what they are. The building height from 15 meters to 19 meters, and that's primarily because, again, there's quite a great difference between 4th Avenue and the back of the property. The maximum parcel coverage has been increased a little bit from what's permitted. Many of these are minor, but they're still required. Minimum setback for the principal building along the parcel line. The parquet structure will be set back with 0 meters from 4th Avenue. Projections, as shown around the periphery of the building, down in this corner here as well. It's the area of the cantilevered portion of the deck that requires variances. Retaining walls, the retaining wall on the rear of the property is going to be 6 meters in high, again dealing with the slope. Small car parking spaces, 6 are permitted, 8 are proposed. Access to the highway is the distance between the driveway access to the underground and surface parking off at this location here. The requirement is 10 meters, and the proposal is for 17 meters. Staff are supportive of all the variances to the application. Some of those come from changes in bylaws over the years, and just essentially fine-tuning a multifamily development on what amounts to being a difficult site. The point to make is on this area of land, the two parcels involved, without special amenities and a density bonus, 18 units would be permitted, with the provision of underground parking for at least 50% of the off-street parking stalls and 9 wheelchair accessible units. The maximum of 24 units can be achieved for the proposal. And one other point just to make is in off-site servicing, the applicant has agreed to do all the frontage improvements on the site. One thing that will be occurring is, as shown in the pink here, this is the sidewalk and street frontage improvements for the subject properties. The alignment of the intersection of 4th Avenue and 3rd Street has been recognized due to some grades, a difficult intersection historically, and it's in the books to, if this development is approved, to do this coming year. The purple would be the responsibility of the developer, and the city would undertake yellow as well, a small traffic calming feature for this intersection. I'd be happy to answer any questions, and the applicant is here as well. I'm not sure if he's interested in maybe answering any questions that come up from council.
Councillor Elias.
Thank you, Your Worship. I'm looking at the parkade plan on page 15, and that's generally where they keep garbage and recycling. And I know that on page 14, on the far top left, garbage. But I'm just wondering if there's as the city, as something I looked into earlier, which was recycling citywide. One of the major things, one of the major obstacles for buildings like this is to have a recycling room or a place for a centralized collection of recyclables. And I see that it's absent in this drawing, and I just wanted to, if anyone has a point.
It's not been specifically addressed by staff. The applicant may have a comment about that.
Your Worship, Mayor and councillors, haven't been, that point didn't come up before, but look into that, setting an area for recycling.
Okay, because in my talks with all of the consultants for recycling, that's been a major stumbling block in how do we get large residential pieces of property to going to put it in. So I think that's pretty important. And to make them amend to this motion to the staff recommendation, which excludes number 8, which is the water main upgrade.
We got a seconder for that. Seconded by Councillor Kitson. Speaking to the amendment. Start over. Councillor Lyson.
Thank you, Worship. And I look at the, I guess, Appendix 1, where it shows 4th Avenue. Yeah. It looks like they're the only ones who will be developing on this piece of property, and if they don't upgrade that water main, no one else will. The other places across the road are a daycare and 2 residential houses that look like they won't be developed for quite some time. So if the city wants this done properly, the time to get it completed is now, I believe. So I think it's a wow thing for our city infrastructure plan.
Anything further on the amendment? Councillor Finn.
Just an approximate cost of that from the Director of Engineering and Public Works.
Your Worship, the total cost of the proposed water main would be approximately $20,000.
Thank you. Councillor Harris.
Thank you, Worship. I tend to agree with Councillor Eliason, and I read the engineer's report. I wonder if the developer would like to comment on that, because specifically in his letter, he has talked about not wishing to upgrade the water main. Can we have a comment from him?
Yes, Worship, councillors. As you probably have a copy of it, 2003 there was another development permit approved at the time with agreement and everything. Sidewalk, curbs, gutters, everything was the responsibility of the city according to that development permit variance which was approved. A reason for approval of that was that because the site is very difficult to develop and very expensive to develop. Well, some may say that why you pick that site, but it is a cleanup of the area in there right now. As you guys have looked at, it's very bad corner. It's neglected for years with the old houses, which are boarded up. Risky for the kids to go in there, and a risk for the drug addicts to go shoot up in the corner. This would clean up the whole area, and because of the cost of the retaining walls and everything, that's why we requested that city come up to and help development of this site as far as the water main is concerned. The sanitary and storm sewer do not need to upgrade, as the staff have mentioned. It's only 100 feet of the water main needs to be upgraded.